everybody. Welcome. Hi. Welcome to our next Workshop Wednesday. Today we are going to be covering getting ready for the Virtual Career Expo. I am having such a hard time believing and realizing that it's next week. And my nerves are a little bit on edge because of it, because it's something so new and I don't exactly know what it's going to look like. I know a lot of students and alumni, your nerves are a little bit on edge with it. So hopefully today we'll go through some notes, some tips and tricks, ways to make you feel a little bit more confident with it. I've got some notes here. I am grateful to the people that are at Florida International University for putting something together that I'll be able to kind of use. I want to make sure I give them credit for a lot of these. And then I'm hoping to share my screen. Unfortunately, those on Instagram, we won't be able to see the screen, but we are trying to do some different videos and shots to share with you all there. But as always, we will have this posted on our Facebook page, and then we'll also have it posted to the Flagler College YouTube. As always, please feel free to put any comments either on Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram here, and I'll be sure to answer them for you. Again, I know that thinking about this Virtual Career Expo and what does that mean, it's a little interesting concept, and so I want to make sure that you're feeling comfortable and confident with it. And I'll make sure that we try to look at all these questions. We do have a few appointment times and opportunities for you to meet with us prior to the Career Expo on Wednesday the 30th next week. We are still doing our virtual hours Mondays and Tuesday nights. And so if that's something that you'd like to jump in on to get some help, please let us know. And then we will be available during the Career Expo for any technical assistance or any last minute questions that you may have. And lastly, don't let me forget to do our co-curricular word if you're looking for co-curricular credit, either watching it live with us now or if you're coming back to visit with us. So the Virtual Career Expo, it's scheduled for Wednesday, September 30th, a week from today, and it's from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Typically, we've had a Career Expo where it's all in person, and we love to take over the Student Center's first floor, and we just stuff a bunch of tables all into there. Recruiters are from all over the place, and they are advertising and wanting to meet with students for full-time internship opportunities, part-time internship opportunities, full-time jobs, entry-level jobs, experienced jobs, all of those. Typically around that time, we will have our graduate and law school fair as well. And due to COVID, like many things, of course, we are changing it. And so we typically bring sometimes between 50 and 70 grad and law schools on campus around the Career Expo to where they can meet with our students on any graduate opportunities, or you can find out some information from them. And because of what's happening, we've now combined them. And so if you are looking at our Career Expo, you're going to notice that there are some law schools and graduate schools that are mixed in with there. There are some internship sites. There are some volunteer opportunities. It was important to us to make sure that we offered something very inclusive. One thing I am sharing pretty regularly is the experience that you had ever going to a Career Expo or that you would expect from an in-person Career Expo will most likely still happen. It's just going to all be virtual now. So a lot of times you walk up, you check in for the table. It's kind of like you're registering. You get a name tag, you get a bag from us, and then we'll tell you who's here and we direct you to all the different tables that are around. We are asking you to register for the Career Expo. You'll have to register for it, which don't forget, I will show you how it will all look on the screen. And then you'll be able to build your schedule of the virtual tables you would like to meet with. So you arrive to a Career Expo in person and you decide, I want to go meet with Enterprise Holdings, and you're the only one that's there. So you get that one-on-one time with that recruiter. You will be able to register yourself for one-on-one time slots to meet with a recruiter. Other times you walk physically up to a Career Expo table and there's a few other people, and that recruiter will say, all right, everybody come on around. I'm just going to give the same spiel to all of you. And there will be group sessions virtually with some of our organizations. So knowing that right off the bat, that's what you can expect. Something I do really like about this, though, is that you're not, I love a good in-person Career Expo, I absolutely do, but I also know that sometimes it makes us uncomfortable, that we're slowly walking by these tables and we're like, do I make eye contact and then I have to see them? Do I not make eye contact? Are they reaching out to me? What's happening? With a virtual Career Expo, you get to actually decide which tables virtually you want to stop at. And so you may decide that you want to meet with the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office at 11 a.m. And it's about 10 minutes. You get to chat with the recruiter, find out what they're doing exactly as you would do in person. And then you've got class or you've got a prior engagement that's at 12 o'clock. But you can then set up another one-on-one to meet with the Washington Internship Institute. And that could be at 12:30 because you know your class is getting out early. And then there's a group session that AAA is putting on. That's at 2 o'clock. And so then you're putting in a group session. So now you've got all of a sudden the ability to make your own schedule. It's a 4-hour event. And so if there's 10-minute time slots, then you think about one recruiter can meet with 6 students per hour, maybe 24 students for the entire time. That's one recruiter for one organization. But some of these organizations may have 2 recruiters. So now all of a sudden they're able to meet with 48 students during that Career Expo time. So I want you to think about it that way, that you get to build your schedule. You get to take ownership and take back some of that awkwardness as you're walking around and deciding who you're going to stop to, that you're in control of your schedule and you get to build what that looks like. We will go over kind of what to expect from the video when you're talking one-on-one. Unfortunately, I myself do not know what those group sessions would be like. I can't anticipate whether you would be able to see everybody during it, but knowing that you can decide what you want to sign up for, I think is really important. And hopefully that does take some of the nerves out of it. And so let's go through some basic tips and tricks on prepping for the virtual Career Expo. And then as I mentioned, I'll show you what it'll look like. And whenever we're thinking about the virtual world and we've got a big presentation or something like that, we do want you to think about this as a professional experience. So trying to find a quiet space, one that you've got really good connection and you feel good about where you're at. Definitely connect with your roommates or family or anybody else that lives with you. Maybe find somebody that could take care of your barking dog whenever something walks by, because I want you to feel that you are 100% in there and that you're not nervous, that you're not freaking out about, is my dog gonna bark because my neighbor's getting their lawn done or something like that. And that's important. Close the door. The next thing is I want you to think what that space looks like. And so I actually, when I was in a class, I think last week, the discussion came up of what does your space look like whenever you're in professional meetings like this? And I said, well, I'm pretty intentional about what I have in my space when people are looking at it, because I feel like if you're going to get distracted, you're going to get distracted. But I also want to make sure that there's things that aren't intentionally distracting you. I let people see my shoe thing right there that says blaze your own trail, because that's a part of my personality, but it's also an inspirational sign. And so I like that that's a part of my video. If a recruiter were to ask me about that, I would have a confident answer with that. I love having my cleaning supplies there so that you know that I'm taking the sanitizing very seriously. I also have stuff from my kid in the back because I am a parent. And so I let people know that. And then I've got some Flagler pride around there as well. But I want you to think about your space. Is there something that a recruiter will see that they may want to ask you about, and are you comfortable answering it? Is there something that's a good talking point? Is there something that you're like, you know what, I should probably not have that? When I do my virtual office hours at night, I'm typically at home, and so I have a blank wall that I stand in front of because then there is no distraction. But it's these simple, teeny tiny, minor things that I want you to think about. You know, the other thing is thinking about what your Wi-Fi and your connectivity will look like. That can cause such anxiety because we are excited to talk to somebody and we want them to know that we're 100% in there. And then what's going to happen? I had an event that I was putting on and I thought, I'm going to do this at home and I'm just going to log in virtually because we've got pretty consistent internet. And the one moment that I was on the hook for being with the internet, my entire house went out with internet. And I was like, oh my gosh, what is happening? I don't want that to happen to you. We do have an office space here in the Career Development Center. And so if you're building your schedule and you'd like to use that space, please let us know. And we'll definitely look at how we can build a schedule out for you. And then also look at our sanitizing so that you're feeling comfortable there. But are there spaces that are in some of the study rooms? where do you feel good and confident? And I want to spend a lot of time on this because we can get distracted by what we're seeing just as much as somebody else can get distracted by what you're seeing. I want to stop here and say thank you so much, Erica. I really appreciate your comment there on Facebook. I'm so glad that these are helpful for you. I want them to be helpful for you, and I want them to be super informal, where hopefully we can have a little bit of a conversation that you're walking away with something. Thinking about Zoom virtual backgrounds, or what your virtual background would look like. We'll look into the handshake details. I don't know if you'll be able to do that. I am so 50-50 on those because I feel like they sometimes make your hair disappear or your head disappear, and then you look like you're floating. That distracts me a bit more. But whatever, again, feels comfortable for you. I also want you to, when you're registering for the event prior to Wednesday at some point, so we've got 6.5 days, research the different organizations. See who's in there. I had a great conversation with somebody today where I said, you're looking at business and you kind of want to go business. We do have a lot of school systems that are registered for the Career Expo, because she mentioned that there's a lot of education systems. I said, yeah, but an education system is a business itself, and they will have a business department. And so research what they're recruiting for. And could that individual have a fantastic conversation with you in the virtual Career Expo and then say, you know what, I want to connect you with somebody in our business department or accounting department, even though I'm hiring for a teacher, I see a lot of promise with you. So looking into them. Also, I want you to think about, am I looking for an internship? Am I looking for something that's part-time? Am I looking for something that's virtual? Am I looking for something that's in person? You know, who knew that we were going to have to prioritize that right now? But I know that that is important to many of you. Are you looking for something that is strictly virtual? Are you looking for something that you're adding on to something else? Look at those different positions and what they kind of value as a company, and does that sit well with you? Next is I want you to look at your resume. We've been talking about resumes. We've been talking about cover letters. In Handshake, you'll be able to upload your virtual resume into there, and employers will be able to see that. You'll be able to upload it during the Career Expo. You'll be able to let employers know that it's a part of your profile. All of our users that we have in Handshake are set to a private profile. We allow you to make that decision of how visible you want to be. And do you want employers to be able to search for you throughout Handshake and be able to see different information in there? So that's something for you to consider. We are offering some resume feedback when you're uploading it to Handshake, because you're uploading it to the system, you're representing us. So we want to make sure that you're looking good on there. We also think if you're putting that out there for people, we want to make sure that you're putting out the best product for yourself. And then I want you to prepare your brief introduction. And this is all going to go back to that elevator pitch and what that looks like. So I pulled some past resources on the Career Expo pitch formula. And again, this is something that I have to give thanks to our previous assistant director on. 4 pieces that I want you to consider. Number 1, your name. Who are you? What do you study? Perhaps what should they know about you? Sometimes we will walk right up and want to know right about them, but make sure that they're remembering you. The objective, what kind of opportunity are you interested in? Hi, my name is Tara Stevenson. I am a graduating senior looking for full-time work within the public relations field starting January 2021. Experience and qualifications. What have you done? And what skills do you have that they can benefit from? This goes back to what that cover letter stuff was with last week, is we have this tendency of, I'm going to go there and I need something from you. I want you to help me. I want you to bring it to me. It will benefit you, and you will go so much farther in the eyes of other applicants when you twist it to say, this is what I'm bringing to you. You know, my previous experience with search engine optimization and social media management, I see that that's a new horizon for your company, and I would love to chat more about it. And then that closing, how will you engage this person further in conversation? You know, what does your hiring timeline look like? Are you looking for graduates that are in December? Do you have any upper level positions if any of our alumni are joining with us? Okay, so that's kind of prepping beforehand. During the actual Career Expo, let's go ahead and look at that. And don't forget, you can always type in any questions and I'll make sure that I can see them and try to pop them in here for you. I want you to dress professionally. They're going to be on video. You're going to be on video. Think about what in the video is there. And so right now you can see my top part of my outfit and occasionally the bottom part of my outfit. And so what is in the view? I also think we could totally dress professionally up here and then be in PJs on the bottom. I mean, how many pictures and videos have we seen of that going on right now? I also think it's a mental state of mind. And so if you dress 100% professionally, is your mind 100% in the game? If you're dressing 50% professionally, is your mind 50% in the game? Because then are you going to be nervous about like, oh my God, what's there? What can you see? Whatever. But making that first impression, we always say that, you know, your first impression is so much nonverbal, which includes how you look. That's the same for a virtual career expo because they're just seeing you on a computer. They're not seeing you in person. Ask questions to each employer you meet with to learn more about their company, their culture, and their job opportunities. Right now, I'm seeing a lot of 10-minute sessions. I don't know about if there's any 20-minute sessions, but if you're really interested in engaging in a bit more of that conversation, maybe sign up for one of the longer ones. Or if they don't have anybody else after them, see if there's another opportunity to connect with them or to continue the conversation. Take notes. This is one thing that I think is so fantastic about a virtual career expo and a virtual experience like this is you can write stuff down. You can have your resume in front of you and it's not weird. You can be taking notes while they're talking and it's not weird. When you're standing in person and you've got your portfolio and your resume and you're trying to take notes while you're talking at an in-person career expo, that can be a little bit weird and awkward, and you're trying not to like drop stuff because they're always giving you things. I mean, we're not getting things from this virtual career expo, but you could be totally overwhelmed because a lot of times we leave these and we're like, I don't even know what I said or what was talked about. But if you're able to take notes, then you can digest those a little bit more later on. Write down the name that you're meeting with. Maybe write down something unique that you talked about. I love when people send follow-up emails to stuff and they pepper in something unique that we talked about or something unique that happened during that. I think that goes a long way because it shows you went, again, that extra step. Request contact information from the employer. So would they like to share their personal information? Would they like to share the website information? Do they want you to follow up with them after the Career Expo, or will they follow up with you? Send thank yous absolutely within 24 hours. Personally, I think it's a little bit weird if it's like within like a few minutes that you send a thank you because I don't think you've had time to digest things, nor have they. But if you have a meeting with them in the morning, sending something that night or by the next day is absolutely appropriate. I did share with a student last week. She was a little bit nervous about what this Career Expo was going to be like because I think in her mind she had interpreted it as it was going to be an interview. Because it is kind of like that one-on-one. And it's not intended to be an interview. That would be like speed interviewing if it's 10 minutes, or if it's a group one, I think that would just be super awkward. But knowing that these recruiters are there to meet with you, to hear you say, can you tell me more about your company? I read on here that you're doing this. Could you share a bit more? What are the different opportunities that you're looking for? Like, take this time to get to know them. But I also want you to walk away taking this time as amazing practice. We've got a lot of variety of employers and organizations and graduate schools that are on here. This is the first event like this that we're doing here at Flagler, and I know so many other schools are in the same boat. I don't foresee us being able to have 90 organizations on campus in the Student Center again next semester with 400 students and alumni walking through. And so I fully anticipate seeing another virtual experience like this. So take this one. Of course, if you're job searching now, I want you to go 100%. But if you're nervous, take this one right now and practice and get comfortable with what is my elevator speech? What am I trying to get out there? What do I want them to know from me? Look at submitting applications afterwards. If they're sharing information with you on how to apply for things, definitely submit them at that point. And then connect with them on LinkedIn. So next week's our Career Expo, and then the following week for our Workshop Wednesday, we'll be talking about LinkedIn, because I felt like it was so timely that I did want you to look at what was LinkedIn and how could it help you and benefit you. So I am right now on Facebook and YouTube showing what the login page for Handshake looks like. For those of you joining me on Instagram, please let us know. You can email us at careerdevelopment@flagler.edu if you'd like for me to take you through this. I've also put some videos in our Instagram postings and some of our feeds about how to navigate through this. But this is what the site looks like when you log in. You will log in using your My Flagler credentials. So whatever you log into for your Flagler email is what you'll log into here. Flagler.joinhandshake.com, that's the login page, and then it's through single sign-on. This is our main landing page. You could look to see what jobs we have, different employers, the different events that we've got, and then our specific career center. Click on events right here. And this will bring you to all the different events that we have been sharing with our campus community. Easiest way is up here, you can click on Career Fair, and then it will show you our career fairs. We're fortunate that we have some reciprocity with some other schools in Central Florida to participate in their virtual fairs. And so if this is something of interest to you, please let us know. I know Florida Tech had their fair today. I don't know if it's still going on, but if you are looking in the Tampa area, Orlando area, or Daytona area, please let us know and we'll look to see if we're able to get you into one of their career expos. But let's go ahead and click on Flagler Colleges. This main page will show you our details, and then you'll be able to see all the different employers that are attending. Obviously, we aren't expecting, 150 organizations on campus in one semester. And so it is a little bit different. But if we have success with this, I fully anticipate trying to bring it on again or collaborating with some other schools. You'll come over here to register and click register. It's got you all set. This now enables you to be able to see all those employer sessions that we were talking about. This is where it's important for our students and alumni to know that you have to click that registered button to be able to see these sessions. And now we've got all these available sessions that you're able to check out. If you wanted to filter by a location, full-time positions, part-time internship, anything like that. And so I can scroll through and let's see that the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, as I referenced before, they've got one-on-one sessions. Down here, I also referenced earlier the Washington Internship Institute. So they are offering 2 group sessions at different times and one-on-one sessions. So again, this is where you have control over this, and I kind of like that. So let's head up to Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. I can click here and I can see the available times, and it's showing me all that's available here during the Career Expo. 11 o'clock sounds really good for me, and I'm going to go ahead and confirm that. And so now I'm registered to meet one-on-one at 11 a.m. with Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. I can come up here to your sessions and see it in there. I also want to attend a group session with the Washington Internship Institute, and so I'm going to go ahead and click on this 2 o'clock one. I love that it's giving me some extra information in here. I can click confirm. Excuse me. Now I can come up here and I can see all of my sessions, and it's showing it all right here. These join video things will become available during the Career Expo and during your time. If there's other sessions that you're wanting to add or you're wanting to change, you can absolutely do those here. I could click on this one-on-one, and let's say that I've decided that, you know what, I don't want the 11 o'clock one, I actually want the 11:10. I could send a message and I could state something like that, or I could cancel it. I've been using this one as an example a whole lot, and so they're probably getting lots of messages from me. But I can come back to the events and I can look through other ones. Something else I wanted to share with you is that Handshake in their support is offering a lot of articles and things to look at to help you feel comfortable and confident on their website. And so support.joinhandshake.com, that's where you can find a lot of these articles that are wonderful resources for you. It's where we've been pulling our Tuesday tips. It's where a lot of other people are directing our students and alumni to go to. We've already looked at how to identify a virtual fair, but let's go ahead into this participating in a virtual fair. The joining sessions, you'll see that it's had that launch video option. Here it's showing that it'll turn blue when you're available to join it, whereas it wasn't blue when I was showing it earlier. Making sure that you have the video requirements and troubleshooting, I think, is really important. I would definitely get that going now. Looking at your audio and video settings is going to be very important. And then leaving a session afterwards. Something I do want to share with everybody is that you will not be able to join in after a certain amount of time to the group sessions. And so I'm not sure what the threshold is. I'd have to go back through, but I want to say it's between 10, 15 minutes that after a session has started, you won't be able to join it if you are running late. So building your schedule will be absolutely very, very important. But hopefully some of these tips and tricks have made you feel a little bit more comfortable about this Career Expo. I don't want you to be freaked out about it. I want to help ease some of those nerves. I want it to be a good experience. I want it to be a practicing experience mostly for you. And to check it out and to see. These are organizations that are valuing Flagler, and they are valuing you as students and alumni, soon to be graduates. And so they've chosen to give their time to definitely recruit and to meet with you. That's going to end it for me today on prepping for the virtual Career Expo. Of course, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to us, careerdevelopment@flagler.edu. You can also log into Handshake. There was that Career Center button that we looked at. You can make appointments with us when we do have openings. Our co-curricular word, as always, I am super creative with these. I'm just waiting for when somebody's going to send the co-curricular word prior to the session. But we're going to go with Career Expo. And so definitely email us, Career Expo, and we'll make sure that we add that co-curricular credit for you. If you do have any other questions, we try to monitor these videos. And so if you toss another comment into there, we'll make sure that we're able to respond to you. But thank you all so much. If you are on campus, please join us for Founders Day tomorrow. It is the 52nd birthday of Flagler College. And this year we are making it a birthday celebration. So if you're on campus, you'll be able to pick up some t-shirt making kits. We'll have some cupcakes to go. There'll be some photo ops. We are taking the physical distancing very seriously as always, and so that will continue, but we're hoping that by offering it throughout most of the day that you'll be able to participate in a safe and healthy way. As always, I wish you all the best. Stay safe. Mask on up, however you can do that. And I can't wait to see you all virtually next week. Have a good one.